Among emerging adults, college students, how can young adults maintain high quality friendships? I think the first thing that we must realize is just because you all don't talk or see each other on a daily basis, that the friendship is over. A simple call or text occasionally can keep a friendship active. You can arrange a friendly outing once a month. I call my friend maybe once every 2 weeks or vice versa. We would spend hours on the phone catching up on what's going on in our lives. We both love to eat, so we get together with a few of our other friends and go to a restaurant and have a good time. Another important thing to do to maintain a relationship is discuss issues or problems that arise. Why let it get worse and end up losing a friend? We should treat our friends with love and care. Do not be quick to criticize or belittle them. Although you may not agree with their decisions, we should be supportive. Why are high quality friendships important to me? My friendships are important to me because a majority of my friends are actually my cousins. When we spend time together, it takes us away from all the issues that we have going on. We eat, laugh, some drink, and we just enjoy each other. It is refreshing to know that we can get together and have a good time. I sometimes need my friends to be my shoulder to cry on and my confidants. Friends can be there for you through family and relationship issues when they arise. Has a transgression negatively impacted my friendships? Answering this question would probably make me kind of mad because the transgression was very disrespectful to my grandmother. It was over 20 years ago, and me and my cousin was car hops at Sonic in Philadelphia, Mississippi. Me and my daughters lived with my grandma, and at that time, the tips at Sonic was great. If I received loose change as a tip, I always saved it. I had accumulated between $250 to $300 and had wrapped it. My daughters, my cousin, and my grandmother was the only ones that knew I had it. One Sunday I came home and it was gone. I asked my grandmother if she used it. She said no. We noticed that someone had forced their way in my grandmother's back door and only took the cigar box of change. We lived in a small rural setting where everybody knew everybody. I went to the little country store and asked the owner if my cousin came in there and cashed the change in. She told me that my cousin did, and oh, was I livid. I really wanted to resort to violence, not because she stole the change, because she disrespected my grandmother and her house. I didn't talk to her for over a year. After that year, she came and apologized. I finally had the opportunity to express myself, and when I finished, she was literally in tears. The only thing that saved the friendship was the fact that we were family and that she had got herself in order. Really, drugs had took over her well-being, her mind. She was real educated and smart, and she let somebody influence her with drugs, and it was all she thought about. I mean, you can see family didn't even care because she started stealing out my grandmother's house. We repaired our friendship, but the level of trust was never the same. I mean, yeah, she got clean, but I couldn't trust her anymore. It was hard. It was really, really difficult. And we still not the same. We don't even communicate till maybe once every 6 months, if then. Okay, it says, if the transgression negatively impacted your relationship, did others in your life support your decision to stay friends? Why or why not? The answer to this question is yes and no. My grandmother and auntie, her grandmother, felt that I should give her another chance. My cousin had developed a habit, as I said. She was snorting powder or whatever. And they felt like that was the only reason she broke in my grandmother's house. I myself, personally, I did not agree. She was wrong. She was wrong to steal from me. She was wrong to break in my grandma's house. Definitely my grandma. Why disrespect her? In my eyes, I did not care what issues or habits that she had that caused her to break in my grandma's house, because it should have been off limits. My other cousins supported my decision to cut her off. They felt the same as I did. Why would you break in our grandmother's house? We felt like if she did it once, then she would do it again. The trust level restoration was a long process. I mean, I'm better now, but I still constantly think about it. I mean, if I had to be around her on a regular, she clean, she working a good job, and she's successful in her job. But how do I know if she's not still having these habits, even though you can't see it? You know, it's not obvious. And she maintaining her own. I still don't know. I'm not sure about it. Okay, how do you friends repair the relationships? First, is the friendship worth repairing? Do you care enough about the other person to try and fix things? If you are unsure about these questions, then why not just let it go? Because me and my best friend from the 6th grade, we no longer communicate because of petty differences. We grew apart. A true friend would try to identify what actually caused the friendship to end. Did I hurt her feelings? Did she hurt mine? I mean, we both said stuff. We both did stuff to offend each other or whatever, hurt each other's feelings. I guess one way we could have fixed it if we had to listen. If I had to listen to her and she had to listen to me and we expressed ourselves, but we chose to just end the friendship. We should be compassionate to each other's feelings and do not challenge them. If I was wrong, I would have apologized, but I didn't feel like I was wrong. If she was wrong, she probably would apologize, but she didn't feel like she was wrong. I would also express my feelings and what is bothering me. Now, I'm good at that. I will tell you what's on my mind if it's really bothering me. The repairing of a relationship has to be wanted by both parties. And see, we didn't. I guess we couldn't compromise. We couldn't figure it out. Compromises need to be found and made. The rebuilding of the friendship will be a slow process and can take an undetermined amount of time. And finally, and the main thing is, if you're trying to repair a relationship, don't repeat the same mistakes that caused it to end. How is that fixing anything? And don't keep bringing up the same old habits or the same issues or whatever. If you over it, let it go. If y'all trying to fix it, let it go. It's not good if you're gonna keep. It's not fixed if you keep bringing it up. Sorry, I got a cold. What does forgiveness mean to you within a friendship? Forgiveness is defined as action or process of forgiving or being forgiven. And true enough, I forgive my cousin. I do. But it's still, and they say you're supposed to forgive and forget, but it's hard. And it said forgiveness means to let something go or put it in the past. I mean, it's in the past, but it's always going to be a thought in the back of my head. I can't help it. You may not forget what happened. You won't let it continue to negatively impact, but you shouldn't let it continue to negatively impact your friendship. If the person is actually a good friend and you enjoy having them in your life, it is important then to find it in your heart to forgive. Forgiving can be helpful for you and them. In my opinion, forgiveness is a sign of growth and maturity. You say you're an adult. I mean, I'm over adult. I'm finna be 45 years old. And I forgive a lot of people for a lot of things. And my husband is constantly telling me, you let people get away with too much. But I'm a caring person and I can't hold grudges. And I forgive a lot easier than other people do.